I found a interesting story by CBS Sports. John Breach was reporting that Dolphins linebacker Raekwon McMillan said he was told to stay off Tom Brady after making a legal hit on the quarterback where he actually pulled back. I mean, you can see when he hits him, he raises his hands, and then you can see him like a still picture of him and Tom Brady are back over there looking at the ref. And I was like, wow, man, I wonder if that's because, all those quarterbacks went down this weekend, or as people often allude to the fact that Tom gets special treatment. I mean, that you can't touch him, or you lay a fingernail on him, you're going to get a penalty. But I actually could see that happening just based on stuff we've read before that, players talking about how the referees are just so overprotective of him, more so than any quarterback in the league. I mean, they'll let Ben Roethlisberger and Cam Newton just get blown up. But if you get within an inch of Tom Brady, boy, they're like, hey. But, yeah, that was a good story. Then another one I saw that was trending was the offensive tackle for the Broncos, Mr. Bowles. He was their first-round draft pick in 2017. You said he'd been called for what? 34?
He's been called for 26 holding penalties in 34 career games. 12 of them were declined penalties. So you got to figure acceptable was 26.
And he had 4 holding calls against the Bears last week.
Yeah, and the person that kind of started this rumble was actually John Elway on his weekly show on 850 KOA, talking about how he needs to step up and lower these penalties because
he's killing drives.
Yeah, and he did that a lot on that Monday night game that I watched. That they were down 3rd and goal, that they're deep in the end zone, and he would be called back to back, or knock him out of field goal, knock him out of field goal range. They had to punt the ball.
But you know what? It's just, from what I'm reading, it's not just Elway; it's other players on the team were like tired of this.
Von Miller is Sanders.
Yeah, Sanders. These guys are talking openly about it. I mean, 4 holding calls in one game. And, Coach Vic Fangio said, he's not going to bench him, but the only reason he's not is because he doesn't have a suitable replacement to put there. I mean, if they actually had someone, this kid would probably be riding a pine, and he was a high draft pick, the first rounder.
I know that, last year you had a lot of different quarterbacks. I can understand. Maybe you're not reading. Maybe you're not understanding the call or the holding.
Well, here's the thing, man. His offensive line coach is Mike Munchak. He's one of the best guards I ever saw play, and he is a very good offensive line coach. So he can't say he hasn't been taught the proper technique. He's just getting sloppy, grabbing outside the shoulder pads, reaching around, grabbing guys in the back. You can't do it. Play your technique.
But 26 penalties, and how much is a holding penalty? 15 yards?
No.
10 yards, so 260 yards possibly penalized?
Well, just drive stopping,
or
have a big play downfield, call back because him hold. Look, he's got the athletic ability. He has the ability to play with technique. Some of these guys that are less athletic, they have to become more of a brawler and do some of these sort of things, to play to get by. You see it a lot of times inside, but this guy is a tremendous athlete. Mm-hmm. He shouldn't have any problems playing with the proper technique. He does not have to hold all the time, and like they're checking everybody's 10-man practice squad, see if there's any linemen out there because. How much worse could it be? To put a rookie or a second-year guy out there, they're not going to get 4 holding calls in one game.
Right.
They may not be as effective when they're blocking, but they're not going to kill your drives as much. So
34 games played.
26 holding penalties.
And like I said, how many were declined penalties that actually didn't count? He could be looking at about 40 penalties.
He's definitely sloppy on his technique for doing that. But I've never heard of someone being flagged that many times for the same offense, as an offensive lineman. See, what other story do you think is trending? So let's rank the 9 undefeated teams, Michael, from top to bottom. Who would you have as your number 9 out of the 2-0 teams?
Buffalo Bills.
Wow, so did I. What were your reasons?
Just lucky breaks in the first 2 games. I think it's a fluke. I'm saying that they'll probably stop being undefeated after this weekend. I mean, that was just kind of like, wow, Buffalo, okay. How about you?
Well, as long as they keep playing in the Meadowlands over there, playing those
The Giants and the
Jets.
Jets, yeah.
But yeah, they they were, and I'm looking at through his history since 2000, their previous 5 2-0 starts, they've only had 1 winning season out of that. So when they went like 9-7, but I like their offense is oddly enough ranked 9th in the NFL, defense 6th, and the teams they're playing they got 7 teams on their schedule right now that are 0-2. So who knows, they may be able to sustain it. Who did you have as your number 8 pick?
Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
The 2 wins they've had have been really close. I mean, like to win by 3 points in Chicago, and then what happened to Minnesota? They scored all those points, and then Green Bay came back and won it at home. That's one team that I'm kind of like, new coach. Aaron Rodgers, okay. I mean, do I think they're going to go undefeated? No. But Packers kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
What about you?
I have 49ers. And a lot of that is because their left tackle, Joe Staley, is out for 8 weeks. They've got the number 7 offense and number 9 defense right now in the league, so they're really balanced. But I just think with the tackle being out, that's really going to hurt them. I think they'll be stepping up in competition here. Like to see a little better wide receivers and stuff, but I think these boys will settle somewhere in there. Who do you have as your number 17?
The Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
I'm not buying into the new team, the new atmosphere yet.
Okay.
I mean, the quarterback still kind of has to prove a little bit more. I know he went pretty much perfect in week 1, but, I'm just still on the fence of Baltimore. That's just me. I mean, I know he scored, 59 points in week 1.
Well,
but you're going against
look what they've done. They've played the team that finished. They started off with the team that's going to finish with the first pick of the draft this year, and then their second game was the team that had the first pick of the draft last year, or this year. I mean, so they've played some hapless teams here, but yeah, man, I don't know. So I had at number 7. I had the Packers. I mean, their offense is only ranked 29th, and their defense is not as stout as some people are talking. They're 13th in the league in defense, but some of that has to do with they played against Mitch Trubisky. Mm-hmm. He has a way of making defenses look a lot more formidable than they really are. But they still probably win that division because there's really no challengers right now that's jumping up and showing anything offensively. So I went with them. Who you going with as your number 6 pick?
Surprisingly, 49ers.
Okay.
49ers, Garoppolo coming back healthy.
Yep.
They definitely have surprised me just on their offense. Defense, Richard Sherman stepping up after...
He is. I thought he was done, man. Yeah.
Coming in, and that defense stepping up. So, I mean, but the whole NFC West...
It's tough.
You got 3 undefeated teams.
Yeah, and they're all in... Yeah, 3 of them.
Yeah.
They're all here in this list.
Yeah. So, it's kind of like... You still got to play the other 2, I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about the Cardinals, but you still got 3 teams in the division that are undefeated.
Yep.
And you got to play them twice a year.
Yep, you got to play them all 2 times. So, at number 6, I have the Ravens.
Okay.
And I picked them. Might be a little low for them because when you look at them, guess who's the number one team in the league in offense is?
Who?
The Ravens. Guess who's number two
Well, yeah,
team?
when you score 59 points, yeah.
Guess who the number 2 team in the league is in defense?
Ravens.
I might be having them there a little low, but like I said, I just think they're in a weak division here.
This year is definitely a weak division because of the Steelers, the Bengals, the Browns.
You still don't know what they are,
Right.
But yeah, I mean, what they've done is impressive, but it's like a senior beating up an 8th grader on this one. They haven't really beaten anyone.
No, I mean, you scored 59. I mean, they haven't really. I mean, I'll check back with them week 6.
Yeah.
They should have hopefully some competition in that.
Yeah, let's check back in 4 weeks and see where we are on this right here. At number 5, who did you have? You had the.
I had Seattle.
Wow. Go ahead.
Russell Wilson. I saw that game with the Steelers. Granted, Big Ben was out, but their defense stepped it up. I mean, you can't put anything back past Russell Wilson on his running game, his ability. He's actually kind of stepped up his throwing arm speed. I mean, and I know they lost Earl Thomas, but they made it up on their defense, and they possibly could get a new player, possibly if for that rumor of trading teams. Who do you have?
I have the Seahawks. Even though they're ranked 24th offensively and 16th defensively, they're a playoff team last year, but just Russell Wilson, man. I mean, the guy just wins. May not have the best receivers, best running game, but you look up.
He always prospers whatever kind of hang-up he has. Like a running game, he makes up for that. Wide receivers makes up for that. The defense,
He can go out there. Like I said, if there's 2 minutes left, I would not want to be looking across the field seeing that guy come trotting out there because that guy he's money. I mean, and he, with the cast of characters not being up to his level, he drags them along with him.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, where do you see, how do you think they'll end, like, if you ever had to reevaluate in a couple weeks?
Can't say because the division is so tough. Who'd you have at number 4?
I had the Rams.
Okay.
Coming off the Super Bowl win. I mean, going to the Super Bowl, dominating the Saints. But let's see, once again, Drew Brees was out, so that kind of. But Clay Matthews kind of stepping it up this year.
He is.
Kind of like a rebirth, kind of playing at home because he, wouldn't go out there, stepping it up. The Rams are going to be the Rams with their offense. Their defense is definitely stronger. I think more tough this year. Who do you have?
At number 4, I have the Chiefs. They're 3rd in offense and 19th in defense. I just like to see if they could run the ball better. They're only averaging about 3 yards a carry, but with what Watkins is doing this year, man, it's like golly, him and Robinson are just tearing it up, and the deep threat. I mean, they could just take a top off of defense right now. But I'm still concerned about their defense not being able to getting 3 and outs or not enough of them.
Oh, definitely their defense is still their issue.
Right.
I mean, because we saw last year, like the defense gives us a big play, and it always the pressure on the quarterback. Granted he is good, but you gotta help him.
He's as good as they get right now.
Yeah, but you gotta help him doing those comebacks. Granted, but the first 2 games were kind of like cakewalks. They.
Well, the Raiders, when they beat the Raiders, they jumped out there on them. And I went and watched the film on that and some of the miscommunication the Raiders were having, in the secondary about guys picking stuff up. That can all be fixed. But after they fixed it, they shut them down for the whole half. Who did you have at 3?